Something very important to mention about the indigenous peoples is that they develop a system of free education for all, where men and women have to go to school to learn how to read and write. This is something that anthropologists mention as the cornerstone for the development of such a great civilization here in these lands of what we call America. Other civilizations, like in Egypt or Babylonia or other major civilizations, we don't find the characteristics that the indigenous people develop in terms of education. Even 3,000 years before it existed free education for all in Europe, America already had it, already with the indigenous system. Therefore, the indigenous children would go early to school at the age of 5. They would go and sleep, eat, live basically in school from the age of 5 to around the age of 13. So we're talking about here that thousands and thousands of people knew how to read and write. That's one of the marvelous advances of this civilization. The collective groups of nations, of native nations, knew how to read and write. Therefore, when Mary appeared, she appeared in the form of an image similar to the sacred books of the indigenous peoples. They knew how to read the colors and the symbolic content of such books. And therefore, when they look at the image of Our Lady Guadalupe, they are able to read and interpret not only one person, but thousands and thousands of people. Even though Juan Diego didn't know all the Native American languages, nor the priest knew them, the indigenous people could read the image. Therefore, there is no period in the history of the church where we're going to find a mass conversion. Before the apparition of Our Lady, there were a few hundreds of people that had already converted into the Catholic Church. After the apparition of Mary, there were, within a period of 2 years, more than 8 million people converted. There is no period in the history of the church with such massive conversion. That's why she's the start of the new evangelization.